Hey everybody! Today we are going to do a little craft called the Tree of Strength. This Tree of Strength is just a fun activity to keep us busy but also remind us of the different coping skills that we have and things that we can do to keep ourselves healthy, especially during this really hard time when we can't see our friends every day and go to program. So what you're going to need for this craft is just a few pieces of plain white paper. I use just printer paper. And then if you'd like to grab a piece of green construction paper, that's great. I don't have any of that, so I'm actually just going to, when it comes time, color my white paper green. You're also going to need some different colors of markers. You can make your tree whatever color you want. I'm going to stick to greens and browns, pretty typical of a tree. Next, we're going to trace our hand, and that's going to be the main part of the tree. So you're going to trace around your hand in pencil, pen, whatever works best for you, and you're going to leave the tips of your finger open. I'm going to do that now so that I can show you what I mean. Alright, so this is what the beginning of my tree looks like. It can be whatever you want it to look like. It's a tree and every tree is different, so totally up to you. Once you're done with that, we are going to make each finger into branches. That's why we left them open. So you can choose to just fill in the finger just how your hand would look, or I'll show you what my idea would be. So I'm going to go ahead and do that to every branch so that later I can add some leaves on there. I'm going to make sure to make every branch look just a little bit different. Because like I said, every tree is different and unique, so you can make it look however you want. Alright, so this is what my tree ends up looking like with the branches on there. Looks like kind of just a funky hand right now, but it will start to look like a tree soon. Alright, so next, if you have green construction paper, you can choose to start making leaves and just cutting out shapes, however you want a leaf to look, I guess. I'm going to make mine look like this. And since I don't have green construction paper, I'm just going to draw a few on my white piece of paper and color them green before I cut them out. So I'm going to count how many branches that I have so that I know how many leaves to cut out. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'm going to cut out 10 leaves. And just like the branches, every single leaf is going to be just slightly different. Some leaves might be bigger than others, and that's totally fine. I think that kind of goes along with what we're doing anyway. We're going to write different coping skills or things that we like to do in our free time, especially while staying home, on each of these leaves. And sometimes some of those things that you write down are going to be more important or something that you do more often, so they can be bigger or smaller depending on what you want. So I drew out 10 leaves. You can take your time doing that, and I'm going to go ahead and color them in. I have quite a few different shades of green, so I might do different colors of leaves. Some trees have different colors, so I might switch it up. And I don't really need to stay in the lines on these leaves because I'm going to end up cutting them out anyway. I've started coloring all my different leaves. I'm going to keep doing that. You guys can keep coloring your leaves or cutting them out. This is where your creativity comes in. Whatever colors you think represent your tree the best, you can go ahead and do whatever you want. Next up, one thing that I forgot to mention is you are going to need a pair of scissors. You can go ahead and take that time to find those now. And I'm going to start cutting out my leaves. This is the part of the project you'll probably do at your own pace. If you are watching this and it's taking you a little bit longer to cut out your leaves, that's totally fine. You can pause this video at any time and keep working. I'm only going to cut out a few right now and then show you the next step in case you're actually faster than me and want to keep going. All right now I have 4 leaves cut out, so I'm going to go ahead and tell you the next step. So the next step is going to be writing on each of your leaves something that you do to take care of yourself. It could be a hobby that you like to do, one of your coping skills, it could be whatever you think is most fitting. I'm going to start with things like, my first one will be books. I love to read books, and it helps keep me healthy, and it's something that I do to take care of myself. So I read books. Another one I'm going to put is running. That's something that I also do to keep healthy, and something I've been doing during this time home. Another one could be sleep. I think sleep's really important to my health. And water. It's another thing that I'm very intentional about, drinking a lot of water to stay super healthy. So before I keep cutting out leaves, the next step is going to be coloring the tree however you want. So I'm going to go ahead and just skip that part for just a moment while I explain what's after that, just so everybody can do this at their own pace. So my next step would be coloring the tree. I'm going to color it nice and brown, just like the trees that I see outside. And then once my tree is totally colored, I'll take a piece of tape or glue or whatever you have in your house, and I'm going to tape or glue each leaf onto my picture. So I taped this leaf, Sleep, onto a branch, so it looked like it was just hanging off. Once my tree is all colored and I add all the leaves, it's going to make up a whole tree full of leaves, and it'll be nice and colorful. This is just as a reminder to, again, stay healthy and be taking care of yourself, and remind yourself of all the different coping skills and things that you do really well. I'm going to attach directions that are written if you're not able to watch this video and follow along, and I will also post my final product so you can see what that looks like. Great, see y'all later.